Your home could be losing heat in ways that you never even thought of. I'm not talking about your windows or your doors. I'm actually talking about inside of your walls. I'm going to explain to you what convective looping is and how it's leading to heat loss. So what is convective loop heat loss? It's when air moves inside of your wall and it's taken the heat with it. There are two types of convective loop heat loss. There's the open loop and the closed loop. So first, there's the open loop. What that means is that the cold air sneaks in, warms up, and sneaks out. So it's taking the heat out with it. The other kind is called a closed loop. I'm going to get really technical here for you, so science! Essentially what happens is you have cold air that comes into the wall assembly and you have your warm air that comes in from inside your home. The cold air is going to be brushing against the warm interior side of the wall and it's going to circulate around. It's warm and now it's going to get cold again because it's hitting the exterior part of the wall assembly. Now it's going to just keep circulating like that inside of the wall, which means it's not very comfortable. That air in there is going to just keep heating up and cooling down and heating up and cooling down, which leads to uneven temperatures in the home. So where does convective loop heat loss happen? If there's little to no insulation in your wood frame walls, it's definitely going to happen there. If you have concrete block walls and there's nothing in those cores, it's going to happen in the cores. And if you have like metal framing partitions in the walls, if there's anything insulating those, it's going to happen there as well. Why is convective loop heat loss a problem? First and foremost, your insulation is going to fail. How does that work? Well, traditional materials, the more airflow that moves through them, the more that they tend to break down. It's going to accelerate the rate at which they break down. You could also end up with frozen pipes if your plumbing runs through your walls and you have cold air circulating inside of that wall cavity. Chances are you're going to end up with frozen pipes. And if you have frozen pipes, you could also end up with burst pipes, and that's going to lead to all kinds of moisture issues inside the wall. Let's talk about that HVAC inefficiency. If your ductwork is running through your walls and you have cold air that's circulating in there, think of it this way. Your furnace is pumping out hot air through that ductwork. The cold air, especially if you have a closed loop, is circulating inside the wall cavity next to that ductwork. That hot air has now cooled down and your home is uncomfortable because the HVAC system can't keep up, and that's going to also kick up your bills. Speaking of uncomfortable rooms and high energy bills, one thing you may not be thinking about is your thermostat. If you have a convective loop happening in the interior of your wall, your thermostat could possibly give you misreadings, and those misreadings could lead to energy loss jumping up anywhere from 20 to 50%. Now, aside from those uncomfortable rooms and high energy bills, how can you even detect a convective loop in your walls? Well, you have two options. One, you can have a blower door test done that's going to indicate whether you have air leaks in your home. Two, a thermal imaging camera, because that's going to show specifically areas where the interior of your walls are colder or hotter than other areas of the home. So you've identified that you are definitely dealing with a convective loop. How do you fix it? So first and foremost, you can add caulking around your windows and doors, and that's going to help with some of the air leakage. But honestly, completely air sealing your building envelope is the best bet to get rid of that convective loop from circulating inside of the wall cavity. By completely sealing your building envelope, that means the air can't leak in and it can't leak out, so there's no way for that cold air to circulate inside of the wall cavity. Convective looping, it's invisible, but it's also one of the biggest reasons that you're dealing with high energy bills and cold rooms. Sealing the building envelope is the best way to fix this so that you save some money and your home is as comfortable as you want it to be. If you're ready to tackle that convective loop problem, check out our dealer finder. There you're going to find RetroFoam dealers across the country who can help you create an air seal in your walls. I'm your building science brainiac reminding you to bring a little science to every project.